6% return on your savings. Checking out Stairs app by Groundfloor today. Hey, I'm Rebecca. Thank you for joining me on the Mama Lorian Way, where I'm talking about wealth building and income strategies and hopefully things that just might make your life a little bit better. Shout out to subscriber Gail Becker for giving me this idea to review Stairs app by Groundfloor. And I hadn't heard of it, so I checked it out. Stairs by Groundfloor is an app for your smartphone for savesting. What is savesting? Savesting on stairs, it's kind of a mouthful. Hybrid of savings and investing that yields higher returns. In this case, I'm just going to talk about interest on your savings. We need money that you put aside for something in the future, and hopefully you're going to get some kind of return on it. Your savings higher than a normal bank account, which we know right now is like almost nothing as far as interest goes. You get it by investing your money into a real estate backed pool of loans. It means it's a pool of loans, a group of loans made by private lenders, backed, meaning the collateral is real estate. Stairs says that they'll give you up to 6% annual return on your savings. This could be as much as 600 times your current rate. As I know, in some of my accounts right now, my interest rate is like 0.01. It's just absurd, especially with inflation being like at 5%. So you can start, check this out, you can start with as little as $1 US. Disclaimer, not investing advice, just giving you education and my personal take on this. But you can start with as little as $1 US, only available for US residents. You can withdraw your money at any time, just like a savings account. And your savings and the interest that you earned are reinvested every 5 days to continue growth by compounding interest. But sounds pretty good, right? This is my little guy right here, by the way. We went to Meow Wolf in Santa Fe. Super fun, super fun. So Stairs is an app developed by Groundfloor. First of all, who is Groundfloor? Groundfloor, and their website is groundfloor.us. I've done a video on this one. It's a wealth tech platform that anyone can invest into these private lending loans for real estate. And private lending loans are simply loans not made by banks. They're made by private investors, private people, private entities, and they're loans backed by real estate. Generally, these loans are at a higher interest rate and they're short term. So your returns are quicker and you get your money back quicker. Average returns on Groundfloor, about 10% annually. Groundfloor, founded in 2013, now has over 100,000 registered users, 570 million in investment sales, and over 1 billion in transactions. It's 30% owned by its customers. So the people that invest in Groundfloor are also the owners of Groundfloor. So they have kind of a dual interest in keeping it going. Now, Stairs is an app that's available for smartphones on Google Play and Apple, on Android and Apple. Stairs is an app created by Groundfloor for all users to access a pool, like a conglomerate of short-term, high-yield real estate-backed loans. What? Short-term. So these can be 6 months to 18 months, just to let you know. High yield, usually between 8 to 14% annual, and they're real estate-backed, so that there's some collateral backing these loans. There's still some risk. This is not FDIC insured. It is an investment. But the good thing is you can invest small amounts of money without committing to a fund, which when you commit to a fund, usually a pool of certain things like real estate backed loans, your money can be locked up for 18 months at the short end to 5 to 7 years at the long end. This, you can withdraw your money at any time, not locked into a certain term. And it's to boost your savings. How does it work? Well, first, put it on your smartphone. You can put it on from Google Play or from the App Store. You sign up and transfer money from your bank, and it's connected via Plaid, which is a secure way of connecting your bank to any kind of app. You've probably even used it probably on Venmo, right? They will give you options to decide to round up spare change on purchases, and if you do that, you get an extra 1% annual, and or set up recurring deposits. So monthly deposits, you could put in $1 a month, $10 a month, $100 a month, whatever, earns you an additional 1%. Now this additional interest doesn't kick in until 90 days after you've decided to. It says you can withdraw cash anytime. No fees ever, and the interest is added to your account every 5 days and reinvested. So this is a nice way of compounding. Pretty simple. I recorded my setup on my phone. All right, so here we are in the stairs account. If you already have a Groundfloor account, you can connect your Groundfloor and your stairs, or you can simply create an account from scratch. I'm just doing a dummy account, RR. You put in your email, create a password, pretty standard stuff, created the account. So now you want to configure it. How much money would you like to transfer? It can be as little as $1. Funds usually move into your bank account in 1 to 3 business days. I can confirm that. If you want to turn on an additional 1%, you turn on Roundup. These may be just available to big banks, or you can call in your own bank and see if they can. Also, recurring transfers, check the amount, $100 million. No, I think it's 5,000. Check the day of the month you want to move it to, and then it does a little confirmation here. Pretty straightforward. All right, so when you connect your bank, it uses Plaid. If it's not Plaid, if your bank isn't on Plaid, you can call their support or email, and they give you their contact information. Now, I've used Plaid. I think it's to connect Venmo. It's a high security way to connect your bank. And guess what? I'm probably not going to share any of my bank account here. So my account is now registered and I can log in. It's easy peasy. Now I have a current balance of $10 because that's how much I put in. It did take, just for you guys to know, it took about 3 days for it to clear my bank and become available. There's a little running tab of how much interest I've made, just a fraction of a penny, confirming I have roundups and recurring transfers that are not going to be giving me that extra 2% bump up until 90 days. In this case, it was April 10th. And my balance is ticking up. You can navigate through if you want to transfer out. Now, this is the tricky thing. You can transfer like any amount that you have available to transfer. And when I did this, I did it several times and I would click transfer funds and the button would flash, but I got no confirmation from it. And it was tricky at the very beginning because I had linked my Groundfloor to it and it looked like I had funds available, but I'm not really sure. This is definitely not, it's a bug and it's not a feature. They need to fix this, and it's kind of a big bug. They need to fix it so you know if you're transferring your funds back to you that it works. They also have, how much you've put in, and then this little thing, future balance. For me, you could put in a project that you're working for, but the numbers didn't make sense on that either because it didn't add up. So I don't think that one works. Thanks for going through with me on that walkthrough. It's very easy to navigate. However, I think the concept is good. The execution still needs some work. It's definitely easy to connect and set up. It's hard to see if your withdrawals are happening. Like, you don't get any confirmation. You can link your Groundfloor account to Stairs, and that's what I did. So I had a little bit in my account that I tried to withdraw, and I couldn't tell if it was working, and then all of a sudden my balance went down, but I never got a confirmation about that withdrawal, and I'm still waiting to see if it's landed in my bank account. So that definitely needs some work. As far as other reviewers on Apple and Google Play, they've said the same thing. They didn't think they could withdraw their money. I think it's also we're just not getting a confirmation. And then other reviews that multiple people said it didn't look like the interest that was accruing, because in the app it's got like a little running thing of like, this is how much you're earning right now. That may not be totally accurate. It's kind of fun. They figured out what they thought they should be getting, and it didn't look like what the interest they actually was appearing in their account was true to the 4 to 6%. The developer said they're working on it. Now, Stairs was in beta up until September 2021, but it looks like there is still room for improvement. Overall, I think Groundfloor has a track record that's pretty solid and pretty steady. I think the concept, again, is really good, and who wouldn't want to get 4 to 6% return on their savings that they could just withdraw anytime? That's better, way better than you're going to get anywhere else. Even if it doesn't quite work to 4%, it's still way better. But again, these deposits that you put into it, deposits or little investments, they're not FDIC insured, so you could lose your money. And it seems like there's a little trickiness about withdrawing your funds. It could be as well, it takes up to 5 days for fund transfers to go through. So it's not like if you needed the money tomorrow that you'd necessarily be able to get it. But I think it's worthwhile looking into. You can get it on Google Play and the App Store. Thanks for joining me. Like and subscribe. I really appreciate your guys' support. And please give me more suggestions. I love them. Comment below. Have a great one.